Hi, what's up guys? My name is Daniela, welcome to my new video. And today it started to snow, but I'm not that excited about it because I am half sick. My throat is trying to kill me apparently. And I feel like I look half dead, but never mind. Today I want to do my November wrap up. So in November I read a total of 5 books. So 4 of these books were physical and 1 was audiobook. 3 were adult, 1 was young adult and 1 was a children's book. 1 was contemporary, 1 was fantasy, well in fact fairy tales, 1 was non-fiction, 1 was crime and 1 was an anthology. I gave 5 stars twice, 4 stars once and 3 stars twice. So the first book I'm going to talk about is the audiobook, and it was Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. As you may know, Lauren Graham is the actress who played Lorelai Gilmore in Gilmore Girls, and Gilmore Girls is my favorite TV show of all time. Like, I basically learned English thanks to Gilmore Girls because I was watching them over and over again, and it was such a huge help. Plus, obviously I love the show, I love the characters, I love Stars Hollow, and also almost all of my wisdom comes from Gilmore Girls and online discussions, of course. It's not all about Gilmore Girls, there's just a few chapters that are about the show. She comments on the seasons and it's so magical. Like, I think most fans of Gilmore Girls will love these chapters. And she also talks about A Year in the Life, which was a continuation of the original 7 series, and she talks about writing because she has written several books, not only this one. So she talks about the creative process and some tips like how to get to work, and most of the other chapters were also entertaining and very funny and interesting. But you know, I haven't seen Lauren Graham in anything else than Gilmore Girls, so when she talks about other shows or movies, I'm not that invested in it, but I still enjoyed it. Near the end, she was talking about how they were filming A Year in the Life, and they were almost done or done already, and like they were all sad. And Carole King, a musician, stars in the TV show. Lauren describes how Carole King started to, you know, play the piano, and she played her song "You've Got a Friend," which I absolutely love. Everyone in the room was very touched, and you know, the song is so beautiful. So when I pictured the scene, it actually made me cry because it was really emotional. And also I found out that in the song there's this line, winter, spring, summer or fall, all you have to do is call. So Lauren tells us that the episodes of A Year in the Life are actually named after this line. So the episodes are called Winter, Spring, Summer and Fall, which is so like amazing. Also it was so great to listen to it as an audiobook because Lauren Graham was a great narrator, and well, it was her own book. So the chapters about Gilmore Girls were like solid 5 stars, but when I take the book as a whole, I gave it 4 stars. The next book I read is by a Norwegian author whose name is Jostein Gaarder, and the name would be translated like a puppet master, but as I found out, it seems that it hasn't been translated into English, which is quite weird. It was just okay, I gave it 3 stars. Next I read Because You Love to Hate Me, and this is a young adult anthology which was created in collaboration with the booktubers. They are the stories, and then there are commentaries written by the booktubers. And I actually haven't read anything by any of these authors, so I was really excited to get to know them in a short span of time. What surprised me about the commentaries, well, some of them was that they didn't actually comment on the story. Some of them did comment on the story and some of them were really good. So some of my favorite stories were Shirley and Jim by Susan Dennard and Death Knell by Victoria Schwab. I started reading the story by Victoria Schwab and I thought like that writing was absolutely amazing and I can't wait to read some of her books. I have A Darker Shade of Magic and I'm planning to read it pretty soon, so looking forward to that. I also like the one by Adam Silvera. I think my absolute favorite was Sarah by Nicola Yoon. So it was about this girl with really scary superpowers. I gave Sarah 5 stars and some of the other 4 stars, but most of them were 3 stars and there were some 2 stars. The anthology got 3 stars. So the next to last thing I read in November was The Silkworm by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling, and this is the 2nd volume in the Cormoran Strike series. So we meet Cormoran and his assistant Robin again. This book is about the publishing industry, so that's interesting. And it's about this writer who disappeared, and before that he handed in a manuscript of his new book called Bombix Mori, which means the silkworm. And then his body is found and apparently he was brutally murdered in a way which he had described in his manuscript, so that's very creepy. And so Cormoran Strike investigates, well, the police investigate, but the police decide to go the easy route and they find a victim who they can blame for the crime, but Cormoran Strike believes that they didn't do it, so he investigates on his own. And you know, the mystery was great, but I enjoy even reading about his, well, not only his, but the characters, like day-to-day activities, like what they are doing. There was also some relationship drama, basically work-life balance and how it is when your partner doesn't approve of your chosen profession. So it was also interesting to read about. You know, I just love JKR's writing style, so I was really enjoying that. I knew this was going to be amazing because I loved The Cuckoo's Calling, which is the 1st volume of this series, and it was amazing, so I gave it 5 stars. Also, I visited London for the first time in my life in November, so it was really amazing to read about these places in London which I, you know, have been to or I know where they are, so it was really magical for me because I absolutely loved London. And the last book I read in November is actually a book I brought from London, and it's this collection of Grimm's fairy tales. And you know, I wasn't planning to buy it, but we went to Waterstones at Piccadilly because, you know, I did some research and I thought that, yeah, I have to go there. And we came in and I saw this and yeah, like, it's so beautiful. And it's hardcover, but the cover is like soft and it's like, I love it so much. There are illustrations, of course, which are very pretty. I didn't know all of the stories, so some of them were new. It was really lovely to read this book of fairy tales. The inside is amazing and the outside is so amazing. So I gave it 5 stars. So these are all the books I read in November. I had a good reading month and I hope you had too. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Goodreads, and also don't forget to subscribe and like if you want to. And I will see you next time. Bye!